Hello, currently non-existent viewers who haven't started coming in yet.
Hi there.
Anyway, we are back once again for some fun in the wasteland with Fallout Equestria: Distant Lands. Just a little reminder of you guys that I am currently sitting on call for Redhurst because they're doing a slice of life type thing before their next trip, and if they need to speak to the harpy or the hyenas, then I'll need to drop out for a smidge to take care of what needs to be taken care of there, because they still technically count as a prior engagement.
Yes.
Kind of
Besides that,
I kind of wish I would have known about
eh,
this before today, because if I had, we probably could have tried to have our session on Monday instead.
Probably.
yeah.
But
Well,
considering how Fiora's been doing has been moving a little bit, no one knew if she would be up for it until today. So, eh,
all right.
so
So,
yeah,
again, narrowly, thank you. Um, we have had a slight issue due to health complications and whatnot. A player is currently dropping and will be switching to sort of if they can make it, they join in as they just wander across the party, or the party wanders across them in the world space.
yeah, I saw that. I mean, I knew Chain had been having
But
issues making it, but I didn't realize it was because of that.
yeah, health
It's
rate.
complicated, but that's the foundation of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the long and short of it is due to health issues. Chain has to become a guest character at this point.
And
Wait, you mean we're not
aside
gonna
from
sell them to the slavers?
no,
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 bad
That's the
Philly,
worst way to make a
bad. That is a bad
that's
Philly.
terrible.
That was an out of character suggestion. Thank you.
I know, but no, but it's still bad.
I mean, if he's not going to be of use
I
with
would
the party,
deduct karma.
Besides,
I would
worst
deduct
case
karma
scenario,
if
you
he
can
did
always go and
that.
help
Just,
Stim.
just fair warning.
I mean, yeah, but money.
No, no! Shame, shame, shame.
This is the wasteland.
Calm down.
Everything has a price. Arguably.
Nice. All right. Now back to information and whatnot. We have a new character who will be introduced during today's session for obvious reasons, and I'll just let them introduce themselves, I guess.
Hello,
Zero.
I am 02. How is it? How are you all?
It's a pleasure to meet you, or at the very least to meet you in this capacity. Because yeah, I believe we've seen you a couple of times here and there on Discord, but never had much of a chance to actually talk.
37 right now.
Just setting up my spider web and creeping around.
I
So,
will smile and nod. Tend to understand.
smile and wave. Well, I have. Yeah, sorry. That's long short. I suppose we should start now. Oh, unless someone wants to recap last session.
Uh, the long and short of the last session is after taking out a few raiders that were chasing against Mare with a apparently broken slave collar. And I'm very happy that I got my first ever ashing of a raider. Yay! Personally happy. That was out of character. We ended up continuing our journey to find what looked to be some kind of barricade, which turns out inside was a bit of a bustling slave market. And while Tater Tot didn't want to have anything to do with it and just fled and hid, Misty and Barry ended up agreeing that it was best to try and go in and establish ourselves as buyers rather than as merchandise, considering how we seem to have really terrible luck with slavers. So being customers rather than merchandise seems like a reasonable way to try and preemptively mitigate any future issues we might have.
Because, they care about the whole, no, I'm not going to say that.
They care about the caps. If we're gonna be paying them caps or exchanging services to them, then that makes us more valuable to them than they would be as merchandise.
No, I was going to say something totally different, but sure, we'll go with what you said.
Yeah.
Regardless,
So,
right, we last left off with Barry and Misty trying to barter us their services in exchange for a slave to try and fill the party's numbers.
And also, rescue them from being a slave.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And from preliminary diagnoses, it seems all the slaves who are grossly sick are, aside from the standard issue malnutrition, which seems to be fairly damn common, it seems like they are particularly sick because the water they've been drinking is, oh my god, how can you feed the ponies something that polluted?
Simple, they don't have to drink it themselves, so who cares?
But yeah.
So yeah.
So now we've finished our initial diagnosis. It's time for us to speak to the pony who's selling them and let them know what what's the cause and what needs to be done.
Right, and with that, we begin. So, I'll do your conclusion. Hey, look at that. Yeah, these guys need a lot of antibiotics and right away, and healing potions probably. So, you come to that conclusion, and it's on over to the slaver who brought you to these sick and injured. Tell him what's going on and whatnot. He hums, kind of contemplating the information you're giving him. Well, thank you for identifying the issue. How caps would it cost for you to fix this?
So, out of character, how much would it cost? Because I've only got so many supplies on hand.
Okay, Barry.
I would say
this is where it would have
you're
been
not
useful
able
to
do
have
this.
the merchant here, but we provide a unique, high degree of specialization service. This is something you sell out your butt for. Like, the equivalent of real-world type stuff is you should be charging at least $100 an hour. Equivalent.
The problem here is that I'm not sure if you all have that many antibiotics and surgical equipment to try and I don't know, remove like a disease or tumor from somebody. Not that that's very rampant, but they're not in good health and have diseases and viruses and whatnot and need antibiotics.
Yes and no. What I would first of all argue is, first of all, Barry can barter for just the service of diagnosing them alone is worth a good amount of caps. Because you now know, here's what the problem is. Here's what we need to solve it. That alone is worth a substantial amount of money. Because they're no longer in, do we do this? Do we do that? They're not wasting resources on false solutions or false causes. They know what they need to do. Second, again, highly specialized. Who knows how much longer it would have taken for them to find someone of Barry's skills and talents to be able to come here, willing to diagnose and whatnot, as well as B, to tell them the truth. Because we could totally be lying out our butts and go, hey, they also need this, and this, and this, and, like, make up bogus, problems that they have that only we can provide solutions for via this special tonic that, only we know how to make, or, whatever. Like, just off the bat, we already have a moderate amount of bargaining power.
Rough for that, but yeah.
I actually just got a message from Tater Tot saying he recommends charging 3 times the value of each med that I use, or 1.5 if they supply the meds, and anything not using actual materials, minimum of 100 caps per patient.
I imagine that would be a wasteland standard.
That does sound reasonable to me. Because, again, it's anyone can buy a health potion and whatnot, but only the truly great know how to utilize it to the greatest skill. How effectively it is.
Agree with this?
Such.
I can agree with that, and I will probably go by that logic of if they're supplying it, then at 1.5 times the book price. That's probably what I'll go for. So, what do you
basically
do? Because I will do 1.5 times whatever they supply for
and then we'll
healing them.
Then we'll make that offer then. For patients that don't need any specific chems or anything, it'd be 100 caps per patient, and for those who need medicine, and then it will be 1.5 times the base price of the meds if the person who's commissioning us provides it. And if we have to take it from our own stocks, 3 times the price. Standard going rates.
Well, we would need to figure out what medicines would they need. Now, I would excuse me. I would argue that if they, need antibiotics or whatnot, the closest things, that at least that I can find to that, would either be a booster on page 455, a minor restoration potion, or else maybe even possibly something like... Oh, that did not say what I thought that said.
I'm guessing that, actual antibiotic in the book, even
there
though
is?
should be, they are.
Okay. Do
right,
you know
well.
what page?
I don't. And since my computer is still broken and I have only just been called about repairing it and like the price for it. So, yeah.
Let me
Just
double check, because maybe this is just the... Oh, wait, maybe it's in chemistry. Okay, let me... Oh, no, chemistry is just an alternate way that you can craft some things like chemicals. Okay, never mind.
which yeah, you need. But be needed to do it, and all guys of like what you make from this after you spend the several good few hours doing stuff.
Let's see. Looking at some of the common and basic things in my brews section.
Focus, healing.
Healing salve, healing potion, super restoration potion.
There's nothing for antibiotic. I would say...
Yeah, should be. I feel like there really should be.
Well,
I mean, I'm not arguing with you about whether or not there should be. I'm just saying I'm looking at the lock safe, and there is no item that does that.
there's very little rules for actual diseases in game. So
Yeah.
personally, I would recommend basing it off of an anti-venom or something and just call that the antibiotics.
Yeah, I'll do something like that, but they have it, and I'll figure out the pricing for it and everything later, and I'll hand it off to you.
And we can use that price as a bartering point for some of the pony's merchandise.
Yeah, because like the most basic anti-venom, and it doesn't say a price. Oh, well, it says 1 venom sac and a healing potion.
Under basic medicine, it says that an anti-venom sells for 25 caps, page 454.
I see.
Then you
Like
must be able to
75
craft
caps.
multiple things of anti-venom from 1 healing potion, because the healing potion costs 35, and you need a venom sac in order to create the anti-venom.
What about
Okay, it creates 2 doses of anti-venom. Okay.
I'll figure out all this crafting stuff and like the pricing later, because I didn't know there wasn't actual antibiotics, and I'm going to be very angrily looking at the creators of this game later through my computer for not adding that. But I'll figure it all out later.
Okay. Hey, I mean, we can just see penicillin growing anywhere.
Technically, but
Sorry. So, if memory serves,
penicillin's a type of mold, and
there were like what, 15 to 20 slaves, I want to say.
weren't there like just 9 that we had to treat though?
yeah,
Nine
there's like
sounds familiar
9
too.
in this skeleton. There's 9 he's having you look at. There's
Right,
probably many more in the market in general, but these are
Just
only
the
his select
Right.
few that he needs healed.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
At the very least, it'll still give us a bit of a bargaining power, because I'd imagine after we patch up his quote merchandise, word will probably spread about how he managed to get them fixed up, and others in there might be willing to do business with us for a similar exchange rate. and all the more ponies that we can free and possibly send to Still.
Yeah. Or
Yep.
you know,
So yeah. I guess it's that one thing I picked up in while playing The Witcher is pretty accurate. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes aligning with an evil can allow you to perform some good.
well, yeah, because we're gonna backstab him eventually. So you know.
So at this point, I guess we're going to give the pony a list of the ingredients we need to prepare all the medicines, and then once we have them, get to work with treating all the sick ponies and whatnot.
All right. So this takes like maybe in total because you have to run all over the slave market buying things with just his few caps that he gives you to, like, here's an IOU from this guy, go and bug him later and you will get your caps, because he doesn't trust you to actually hold his caps, obviously.
Obviously.
And so
If he's having
could,
us grinding around doing the shopping, that's going to be an extra charge.
Misty.
What? He's having us do more work. We said it was going to be his supplies. If he's telling us to go buy them, that turns into our supplies. So we're going to charge extra for that.
It's additional labor.
All right, fine. He runs with you. All right, there you go. You happy?
Just trying to be fair.
Like, you all point out, this is what we need, and he just buys it. There you go.
It's more just establishing that we're not going to, be roughshod over.
Yeah, that's fair. Make it back to the tent, and you start healing people up, doing this, doing that, slinging blood, slinging viruses, getting people healed up, casting magic and smacking them with the zephyr blade, all the good stuff. And it eventually, like, pretty late midday when you all finish up. And he's like, so, aside from me paying you, by the way, here's your payment, costs you your caps and whatnot. Aside from that, there was the initial part of this agreement. Your slave purchase. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. This was a bartering of an exchange for our services, in order to procure some of your merchandise.
And what looking for again?
Ideally, we were looking for some pony with some good spiritual awareness, and if we're fortunate, a little bit of proficiency in chemistry. But as I said before, the chemistry is not a deal breaker.
All right. Well, while I certainly have one of those, I feel a bit of a investment is in order. I'll give you an extra free tag-along. You may make payments on it later. I don't care. I haven't decided really. But I will give you a pretty rare specimen, a tag-along. as I said.
And I'm guessing
Now,
in exchange you would like to have us on call, so if any of more of your merchandise should fall ill, that we can come and treat them as well. Would I be right in this assumption?
well, yes, you are. You're a smart one. Now, I'm not sure if this pony's skills would very well acclimate you in your adventures or tasks or whatever the hell you people do. But their rarity should be enough.
That is quite a generous offer of you.
Okay. Are they saying tech?
Walks you
Sorry.
over where a spoken zebra is sitting, and he gets that for out for their bomb collar and everything. Walking behind the one zebra, kind of slumped, sitting there, on behind with head low and everything. And you continue walking, and he eventually opens up a door into what is like a shack of some sort. It's pretty dark inside, and the sudden lights hits your opening you in, so you're here. As
Whoa.
this I'm here. As the slaver yanks you out of the shack to meet your new quote unquote owners. This fine specimen is indeed a rarity. It is, as I'm sure you're probably eyeing up and realizing, a bat pony. Took us forever to find one of these little nuisances.
That is indeed a rarity around these parts. The last time I encountered bat ponies was in the vicinity of Hoofington. Not a place I'd recommend you go to. That place is even more of a hellhole than the wasteland is usually.
Thanks for the fair warning. He will hand off this bat pony's bomb collar as well, and give you like a rundown of some of the stuff that they seem to be useful for, such as they can do a little bit of repairing. They're pretty athletic, and they are a great explosives user. Well, not great, but they.
When wandering the wasteland and having some pony traveling with you with some proficiency in explosives is a bit useful, because you never know how often it'll be that you'll find yourself in the middle of a literal minefield.
Indeed. I believe there's one of those to the west of here, so don't go that way if you value your legs.
Or above board. It means go there, try to disable all of the traps, and we'll have tons of explosives for free. But I will backtrack slightly to what I typed in that Misty wants to try to figure out why on earth, if they're so valuable, would they just be given away? Like, okay, what's wrong with them? Are they more expensive to keep than they are to sell? Like, what? People don't just give things away in the wasteland.
With questions accusations from Magic Philly that no one really, that no slaver knows is magical because hat. He does reveal that there is, of course, a catch. Whenever Rory figured this out, as I'm sure you know, I do want you all to be on call. And bat ponies are relatively annoying in some regards, hard to catch. We've also had some escape, and it's more trouble to try and catch them, so might as well get rid of them now before they escape and cause even more havoc for our people.
That seems a fair assessment.
Yeah, but as Missy will point out, how are they supposed to get in contact with us if they need us, as well as B, what if we have something else equally as important or more important that we are busy tending to? Like, we can't just drop everything in a hat because of one thing if we're already doing something else.
Well, Inquisitory. You seem smart for your age. We have our ways. Our boss, my boss, he's not every absurd boss, has this ability to find people and get across these islands in relatively quick. His method a bit odd, and I'm not even sure how he does it half the time, but hey, works.
Might I ask for you to describe this boss so we might know who this pony is? Should we see them?
So so we don't call them a stinky poop head or something.
That's an idea. He usually with him, and from what I remember as of recent, he was a zebra upon recent time.
Above board. It's that bastard, isn't it?
Nah, 'cause he's dead.
Yeah, but don't forget he does have a hat. He is apparently immortal and will be back.
Yeah, but I would think news of his current passing, at least, would have reached here by now. As well as there would be someone else either acting as leader or trying to grab the position now that he is gone. If they could consolidate quickly enough, they could at least make things very, very difficult. Because, again, when you're of a more evil alignment, you tend to try to grab power when and where it is made available for you to do so.
That is a good point. So,
Sorry, voice connected. kind of dropped for a moment. Yes, above board, he is describing a very familiar face.
So, yeah, he is talking about the benefactor.
Okay.
Though, I would have to pay attention to how he worded it.
I wasn't paying attention well enough to know.
He
sorry.
mentioned that he was a zebra in recent times, which means that each time he reincarnates, he's not necessarily going to be the same race he was before. Which means that the next time we see the benefactor, he could end up being something other than a zebra.
In other words, the most important thing we're going to want to try to figure out is the speech pattern and whatnot that he used, because that's going to be a lot harder for him to change compared to like his actual voice, etc.
So, fun. After and whatnot, the slaver will go back to doing his job of selling slaves, leaving you with a new zebra shaman, the wonderful 02, who has yet to reveal their character's name.
Well then, Missy, shall we take our leave of this place for now?
I wish to thank you for freeing me from those slavers before we go anywhere.
You need not worry, brother. I'm assuming this is going to be said in Zebrakin.
This is a bat pony. That's just the accent that he's going for, evidently.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I'm not familiar with Zero Two's voice yet, so I wasn't sure if that. So the accent kind of made my mind shift to zebra right away.
Also, Zero. Before we go any further, do you have the trait or perk or whatever that lets you actually speak like a normal person?
I believe it is Mr. Bat Pony, I presume.
Yeah, Mr. Bad Pony, I assume. And trust me, I know this because if you've watched any of Captain's streams, you know how squeaky JJ is.
Yeah.
So
if you don't, I'm not going to count it against you, and I'm just going to say that you do have it, but still. Because I hate that thing, and it's no try to make a story with that in the mix.
So basically you're saying if they don't have it, you're officially giving it to them as a quest perk. More or less?
Yeah. BRB as well. Because I gotta go do a quick cooking thing.
It's everyone's life so much easier. Because I don't have it.
Okay, well, I guess that means that you officially have by the word of God, you now have Mr. Mr. Bad Pony, I presume, as a quest perk. So yeah.
Which means that it can be taught to us as a quest perk, so we can better speak not Bat Pony.
So basically, saying we could that you're suggesting we could try and learn it, so we don't have to worry about if we come into contact with any other Bat Ponies about having issues with speaking with them if they don't have it.
Learning that perk would do nothing for the rest of us, because that is
that does not help you at all. That just means bat ponies can speak. It doesn't actually teach you all how to speak bat pony. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would teach Misty how to communicate in a normal tone of voice.
Wait, you're saying
No.
Wait, you're saying that as far as you're concerned, the voice that you've been doing is not a normal tone voice?
I mean, I cannot do young child or hyperactive child or female, so
You
not
as
really.
a human being might not be able to, but you as a character, I can say you have.
I think that's not an issue, because in character we hear your character's actual voice, which is the voice you imagine for your character actually having, not necessarily the voice that you're able to give for them. So
I'm now imagining
I just imagine
the little.
Misty with gruff voice from Terminator.
huh.
God, now I'm imagining Arnold Schwarzenegger talking like a Valley Girl. Like, oh my God, Becky. Gag me with the
Oh my God, Becky, we must go. This time to get to the chopper. Ah.
Well,
No, see, I was imagining a lot quicker tone of voice, which doesn't necessarily make it high pitched, but would make it harder to follow.
I'm gonna stick with Arnold Schwarzenegger in my mind because that's too funny.
Yeah. Plus, there's also
But,
other
yeah.
options. There's also Sylvester Stallone.
Oh my God.
Yeah. For example, if they ever accidentally get shot with a little bit too much medics and part of their mouth doesn't want to work, then we've got Sylvester Stallone own Misty.
Funny as hell. But yeah, you're all left to your own devices with Bat Pony and Zebra Shaman. That is Avian's head down because it is learned. Do not speak unless spoken to.
Anyway, I suppose we should try to get back to the RP.
Yeah.
It's not too often that I run into a bat pony who's capable of speaking at such a low pitch.
I've practiced all my life to attempt such a low pitch for my voice.
Well, if that's the case, then you've done remarkably well.
I have tried. Practiced with my parents. They were guards, and they taught me well.
Russian Bat Pony is best Bat Pony.
It has changed. I apologize.
I have to agree with you on
No.
best bat pony there, but then again, I am a bit partial to JJ, the future queen of the night. But I'll let that one slide.
That's a different campaign.
But yeah, best bat pony in this campaign. So compromise.
Yes.
So tell me, do you have a name?
Yes, I do have a name. It is Frostbite.
Then allow me to officially welcome you to our group, Frostbite. My name is Barry. My canine companion here is Root. The filly here is Misty, and we have another companion by the name of Tater Tot who is waiting outside because apparently they were a bit intimidated about doing business here.
Jane is also with Tater Tot.
as well. There is also another of our member who's who is keeping an eye on Tater Tot, making sure he's stays out of trouble, named Chain. And Misty, did you ever see what happened to that annoying tag along evening who's been following us for such a while?
Tot told him to piss off, and so he did.
That is what I recall happening. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't remember that part, so I guess you can just scratch that part about evening. Which means that if evening actually stays away, that means we'll have a good evening for once.
Nice.
But tis.
Yeah, thank
So.
you.
What are you sort of introduced yourselves?
Yep. And after the introduction to Frostbite, Jerry will offer. Sorry. I've got
wait, what?
I've got two characters who have very similar names. I'm sorry. I seem to occasionally slip up and say one when I mean the other. Because, having Jerry and Barry in the same room, sometimes you might accidentally say the wrong damn name. Damn, this is an ongoing issue for me. Barry will extend the same offer of introduction to the zebra shaman, who is also now with them.
Aurora. Is their name Zabrickian?
I could not quite make that out. You might have to type that in, because
They say their name is Aurora in Zabrickian.
Ah. Sorry, that it's just kind of cut out a little bit there.
What is their tribe?
No one's asked that yet, so...
I mean, I thought they're supposed to be distinctive by their stripes to not need to... I mean, like, if it's a stripe pattern or whatnot that we're unfamiliar with, that's totally understandable. But...
So I guess the question is, how familiar would Barry be with the stripe patterns of other tribes, beyond the one tribe that all zebras seem to know about, the infamous Starkateri?
Well, and also their own was what I was hinting at.
Well, yeah, of course, Barry would be familiar with her own clan, so above board.
Well,
is this zebra shaman? Are they Mendai or Starkateri, or are they a different tribe? And if they're a different tribe, do I know?
They are a different tribe.
Do I know what that
they are
tribe
a different
is?
Tribe. For one, you got like thrown out of your tribe because you don't have cybernetics, and I'm not sure if in zebra history class about the other tribes. Maybe, but I don't know.
Probably best, safer and simpler to just ask. I'm not familiar with your particular stripe pattern. What tribe do you hail from?
1 second. Okay. Sorry, everything had cut out for me, so I had to leave and come back to make sure everything's working fine. So,
I think our
question
game
1.
went quiet.
Have we refound the tot of taters?
I thought you guys were still in the town.
Yeah, we're still in the town making introductions to our new party members. We've
Oh,
just-
see, I thought we were like walking out of the place while doing that. Okay, I'm sorry. Cause like,
we could have that we're still walking out of the place, because might as well talk a little bit. So once we're out, we can let Shane and Tater Tot know about the new additions to the party.
well, I suppose the thing we want to ask is, do we want to try to actively convince others to let us do medicine for them, or just leave?
I'd like to say that prior to the pony that sold us these two, that we would have made an offer that as long as we're in the vicinity of the area, we can periodically check back and see if there's any more medicine that needs to be dealt with, and any more deals that can be made in barter for them. I figure that's covering our tracks, because that way we don't necessarily have to worry about having a run-in with their boss if we check in periodically. Especially since we, even though we're not going to say it or show it, we suspect who the boss is.
Didn't he hear in like the past minute because decided to be it. All right. What were you saying?
Well, for one, we were saying that establishing that that we were doing these interactions as we were walking out, and two, I decided to drop the offer that as long as we're still adventuring in the general vicinity, that we can make periodic check-ins to see if there are any more or needs for our services and potential bartering in exchange for them. Basically, making it a point that we'll be stopping by from time to time to see if our services are needed, and possibly to do more business along the way while using them. Trying to set up a point saying that we'll be back to talk more business down the line, so they don't have to worry about sending their boss, who we probably at this point suspect is our mutual quote unquote friend. And after that,
mutual friend. That's a strong word.
Yeah, that's still an above board word, though. But yeah, basically the idea is making it known to the pony who we just did business with that we will be checking in periodically and offering our services each time we do, and on top of all that, we will be likely doing more business with our services offered in trade going forward. So they won't have to worry about having their boss come find us, since we'll be coming back of our own accord anyway.
All right.
And after
so you're going to.
And after that, we'd head off, have the little introduction to Frostbite, and now the introduction to the to Aurora, and asking Aurora what tribe they hail from.
All right. After all is said and whatnot, and you get to the, hey, what tribe are you from, part? I am going to remember tribes and because I forget what I have in my notes that this person's from.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because you already said that they're not Mendai or Starkateri, which means you've got 11 to choose from.
I only have 10 to choose from because I know they're not Carnoa either as well. And competition, I know you sent me something, but last time Discord had a voice crash, so.
Okay. All I sent you is when the party finds Tater Tot and Chain. I was asking you to let me handle the brief description there, because I have a plan.
The brief what?
When the party finds Tater Tot and Chain again, I would appreciate it if you'd let me handle the description when they find us. If you want to know what my plan is, I can private message you on Roll20 so that they can't see it, but you can.
So basically, you're saying that you're saying that you and Shane were up to something while we were taking care of business.
If that's out of character knowledge, don't metagame. God, jeez.
I am talking out of character right now. I'm not going to be bringing that back. Back to Barry.
Calm down.
We don't have any pony in the group that has that perk that allows us to use out of character knowledge.
Out of character, that what I just said there, completely out of character, was just I was trying to be a little bit silly there. Please don't take it personally.
But yeah, you do remember though that there is a random perk that allows us for once a session for 10 minutes IRL time to use our
I don't have that perk. Do you?
No, but
well then,
I'm guessing you don't have it yet.
All right. What do you think? So, Dartot, did you go ahead and send that?
Yep.
I'm typing it up right now in Roll20.
All
right. So back to introductions to the new zebra.
I'll have to list in a little bit, like Dartot's. He seems to always on hand at all times, even whenever he doesn't know which book it's going to be. He always has it for some reason. I should have a computer. It's broken, and I don't have it. This has been the worst weeks of my life because I've been having to use a pretty terrible computer that doesn't have my books on them, and it's painful.
Mm.
So, I'll give you the tribe name, but it's a tribe you did not, you don't know much about.
I'm guessing that you'll give me the actual. I'm guessing you'll give me the actual name later, and so I'm just going to just assume that with that bit of information is. I've not had much dealings with that particular tribe. I am of the Mendai myself.
I can see that. They exasperate that most people are going back to their solid slave. Get me when it's needed for work and whatnot.
I take it you take offense to my use of cybernetics. There's no need to hide, most zebras I come across do.
I take it for tradition of buying leads.
You kind of broke up on that one.
They saying like that they take offense to her and whatnot, but they're a slave, and usually whenever they take offense to that, they get slapped. So they don't say much of anything.
I suppose it's fair if you do, but since technically I am flying in the face of tradition. However, I still stand by my decisions because, thanks to the cybernetics, I can be far more effective as a doctor and treating pony, zebra, and whatever else in this cruel wasteland needs medical attention. So, if some of my own kind wishes to label me as a pariah, then so be it. I'll still help them when they need treatment, regardless.
You are gets me need my assistance, master.
There was a turkey, I heard a chicken now.
Got a little bit of background going on there.
Yeah, family. They exist.
We can speak more on that subject matter once we've exited the facilities and rejoin the rest of our group. So at this point, it would be I suppose it would be us just going and retrieving our equipment from where we left it, and then from there following EFS over to where Tater Tot and Shane are hiding.
Also, GM, I did message you on Roll20 those things.
I was reading that.
Okay. I hope I have your approval.
Yeah.
Excellent.
On. I approve. I approve.
Oh dear, this is going to be interesting. Isn't it?
I approve of your idea, Tattertot. So, and describe it.
Yeah. Just let me know when they find us, and I will describe.
At this point, we're probably already re-equipped with our gear and out nearly upon where you're at, following EFS. It's safe to come out now, Tater Tot.
Well, in that case, you'd probably walk up and you'd see Chain and Tater Tot just kind of standing there.
So, what were you two up to while we were preoccupied?
At that, Shane will look at you, reach up for the hoof, grab a zipper that's in his mane, and unzip his skin, revealing it's actually Tater Tot in a suit. And the original Tater Tot you saw falls over, revealing it's just a cardboard cutout.
Face hoof. Do I dare ask why you have a cardboard cutout of yourself and a whole full body costume of Chain?
What are you talking about? Anyways, I was just hiding out here because, the Slaters are running around. Chain went off somewhere. I'm not sure where.
Oh. Well, where did he say he was going?
Tater Tot will look at the little filly. I'm not sure where.
Hopefully we can meet up again sometime soon. In the meantime, she will gesture to the two new additions. I'd like you to meet Aurora and Frostbite. Tater Tot, would you be so kind as to help me to remove their collars?
So, you went and bought some slaves? Neat. He'll look them over and, GM, I believe we established it was explosives to remove active bomb collars? Or were you allowing mechanics for that?
Were we given a key of any sort, or because part of the whole sales process?
I think the GM lost. Oh, there he is.
You all have like keys to remove them. Well, technically, you have the remote, which just can be told, "Hey, disattach that." So.
In that case, Barry will hand over the remote and say, "This should make it safer to remove them."
Oh, neat buttons.
And I'm assuming after using the remote to deactivate the collars, then Tater Tot is free to remove them safely.
Then yeah, he'll take the bomb collars off and add them to his bag.
There, that's much better. If the two of you wish you may continue to journey with us. If not, then you are free to go where you would please.
If you have me, I wish to continue to journey with you. But I ask that I may be allowed to leave on occasion to go check on my family.
If your family is nearby enough, then I hold no objections. Tater Tot, Misty, do you feel the same?
Sure.
Well, if they're free, we have no reason to stop them.
The most we could do is just request that you wait a little bit if need be. But yes, we have no issue with you periodically leaving to check on your family. What about you, Aurora? How do you feel?
GM called a 10-minute break, so probably doesn't feel anything right now.
All right, then. Before going to Aurora, then continue to speak with Frostbite then. Frostbite. Allow me to officially welcome you to the group, and I thank you for choosing to stay with us.
Thank you. I appreciate your welcoming of me into your group.
It's nice to have a potential new friend in the group, even if our initial meeting came through such an awkward introduction.
Yes, slavery is a very awkward thing to happen, especially to Bat Family. We do not often get captured and put into slavery.
Trust me, Misty and I, we know what you're talking about. We were initially brought to these islands in slave chains and had to fight for our freedom. The whole reason why we went in there to purchase you and Aurora here is because it seems we are likely going to be having a hard time not coming across slavers. So establishing ourselves as buyers and using that as an opportunity to free slaves is hopefully a means to keep us off the market.
This is a very smart thing to do, I believe.
Plus, with us arranging, having this arrangement now to periodically come back, we can still use our skills to barter the freedom of more slaves without having to offer up virtually any caps to this trade.
Yes. And alas, in my family's hubris, we have made enemies of the slavers because we decided to attack them and try to free them. Free slaves.
A noble pursuit to say the least, but understandably doing so in an aggressive manner can make more enemies than friends. I appreciate what you and your family try to do. So perhaps we can see eye to eye on that matter. Admittedly, though, we are currently trying to do a more subtle approach to it.
Above board, I'm going to ask a really stupid question here. I'm sure it was said, and I just either wasn't paying attention or just didn't catch it. Is Aurora male or female?
Female?
Sorry, if
Maybe?
you just answered, I didn't catch.
I don't think it was mentioned.
Okay.
Me either.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid using gender specific things and use gender neutral things and just calling Frostbite by names because I don't know the preferred gender just yet.
This is why you need the perk Living Anatomy.
Am I going to be taking that perk though? Let me check.
I mean, the first major benefit alone is as long as there's not like major mutations and stuff, you can look at a living being and going, oh, they have this many hit points. Neat.
It's not currently on my list of skills, but there's still some things I will need to shift around a bit. So,
Well, to be fair, you do have a pit bug, so the use of that perk does get rather severely diminished, at least for like members of the party, from my understanding anyway.
yeah, I'm looking forward to level 8 though, because at level 8 I'll be taking the cyborg perk integrated targeting system, which basically, if I didn't have EFS and stats, it'd let me use them, but since I do have them, the cost of using EFS is reduced to 15 AP, and stats is reduced down to zip.
I mean, I just want level 6.
Yeah, I still need to figure out what to
I
put
mean,
in
I
level
won't say
6.
no to level 8, but...
Yeah, I still need to figure out what to put in level 6, because yeah, I've still been playing around with things, and a lot of the potential spells I have, potential perks I have listed, I've got a lot of them a lot later than I would normally take them, because, well, I have no damn idea when Pepsi is going to see to it that I find that cybernetic horn implant or those wing implants. So, everything that's based on Unicorn and Pegasus perks from that, I need to wait until I get those implants before I can actually put them in.
Maybe we can try to convince him to use them as enemies against us. You know, cyber unicorns and cyber pegasi, and then we can just rip the cybernetics off the corpses.
Yeah, but those would be very, very... Like, it would likely be a... Congratulations, you got a component. This part isn't too badly damaged, or whatever.
Yeah, that could work, because yeah, once we get enough components together, Tater Tot can make the implants for me.
I mean, it's mostly just the problem is because they're very expensive inherently, it's harder to justify why we would encounter many of them as enemies.
Because the benefactor was bored.
Yeah, perhaps one thing that could happen is we run into some like members of a resistance that's trying to go up against the benefactor, and well, they have access to component parts, and
all right, I'm back.
An image just popped in my head. That's I can't.
Did Mr. Fisto tell you to assume the position again?
Stop.
I just had a horrible idea of what could happen if Tater Tot is trying to craft a cyber horn but crit fails.
Okay, dildo head. No, that's if he's being nice.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
No, crafting it is one thing, but but then installing it, which means that it still be installed in the proper place, which means. And as much as it annoys the heck out of me, there are in the locked safe an entry for quote cyber genitals. So
yeah, I'd probably just put another wing on your forehead to make you fly faster.
I'm just
like a shark fin.
No, a cybernetic beady hat for extra propulsion.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
You all are terrible, and I love it.
It's almost like this is Fallout or something.
I know, and I love it. All right, but
Fallout is our excuse to be horrible people. Within reason.
Mhm.
All right, but Tater Tot does this skit of whatever that was,
Mhm.
and
So
what all happened after that, because from that point on, my computer was going all static.
It was just exposition or character exposition back and forth.
yeah,
And
Barry turning off the bomb collars, Tater Tot removing them, and giving both Frostbite and Aurora the option to stay or to go where they please. They Frostbite opted to stay with the party. They talked and they reached an agreement. And now the question is being presented to Aurora: do you wish to stay with the party, or do you wish to head off on your own? You are free to go where you please.
Well, first of all, Aurora is very confused as, hey, I just got bought from slavers, and then they set me free. I'm confused. But they will take a uneasy leave, as they're not sure if you're going to whip out a gun and shoot them or something, or if they are actually free to go.
If you wish to head off on your own, Aurora, I might recommend you start off heading for the town of Mud. She will give him directions, or is it her?
It's him.
Him. She will give him directions to Mud, and then say, after that, a friend of ours, Still Life, is trying to set up a village of sorts, and he could probably use the assistance. So she also gave him coordinates to where Tater Tots or not. Damn it! I cannot speak today. I'm getting all my names mixed up. Give him directions to where Still Life is setting up shop, and say, if you wish to stay to go there, you'll definitely be able to just mention to Still that we're the ones who sent you, that we're and that we and basically what happened, and I'm sure that Still will welcome you with open hopes. I wish you well on your journey, Aurora. Please do stay safe.
They will give yet another confused yet thankful look. Thank you for the advice.
The wasteland can be a cruel place. So if we can do even a little bit to make it a little less cruel, and help some pony like you to have a safe home that they can return to, then that's all the more worth it for all the effort.
Thank you. Truly. What do I call you as a group? Because I may want to, I don't know, help tell others of, hey, there's a group of people setting slaves free. Yet I don't know what all you all call yourselves.
I don't think we've thought of the possibility of a name for the group. Tater Tot, Misty, any ideas?
This is what you get when asking the child for their opinion.
I suppose a group name is a bit of a work in progress.
That's because you.
No, Frostbite doesn't get to vote. He just joined.
Fair enough.
Above board, how does Wandering Freedom sound? Considering how our journey started with us being in chains and freeing ourselves.
That seems, speaking from an above board perspective, that sounds like brain work. To
Tater Tot did just cast off his chains. I'll go sit in the corner now.
I don't want to say too vague. It doesn't sound like it has a purpose. If you're wandering, it's just because you don't have a particular goal or whatnot that you're working towards. Otherwise, you wouldn't be wandering. You would be traveling.
Well, let me throw this back at you. What is the goal we're working towards?
Message is just looking for a way to get home. Ish.
The goal we're ultimately working towards is to
Stop the meanie.
To this is still above board conversation because I think we need to if we're going to be doing something like this, we need to figure it out now. Our basic goal is to journey and find a way to take the benefactor and put him down for good, to free the ponies of these islands and try and make life better for them. Trying to free slaves, trying to help establish safe cities for where ponies can build a life for themselves, start tending crops and things like that. So, what kind of a name would be fitting for a group trying to do stuff like that?
New beginnings.
From an out-of-table perspective, if you wanted to do something relating to the New Beginnings, what about like TNB, The New Beginning?
That does kind of sound good, because at the same time there's a little bit of a vagueness to where it doesn't specifically identify any one member of us, because wanting to have some degree of anonymity, because when the bastard is back, we are going to want to try to keep his eyes off us as much as we can.
Wasn't another goal just to return to Equestria? We could just be the returners.
Oh my gosh, yes, we have to go with that now.
Yeah,
we can't not take the Final Fantasy VI reference.
But
I haven't played Final Fantasy VI, so I can't...
That's literally the name of the Resistance group, is the Returners.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the same... I want to argue
we
that
could be trying to return this land back to the people.
That'll work. I suppose, unless a better name comes up, then I suppose perhaps you can call us the Returners.
Hey, the GM's back. I think.
Yeah, the GM's back.
Oh, I didn't even notice that he had disappeared.
Right before we decided on the day.
Wonderful! But yeah, that is that is one way of looking at it. So yeah, I'd say that could actually work. Plus, we wouldn't want to return to Equestria until we've finished returning to the land to those who call it home.
Says
Speak
you.
for yourself.
Besides, if we went back before or putting that jackass ass benefactor down for good, you know he would just just bring us back to and we'd be right back where we started.
I mean, Tater Tot has no qualms with this individual. He's had no real quarrel with this guy. Sounds like this is a you problem.
When some pony only goes and just enslaves you just because of some apparent prophecy that they seemingly don't even fully believe in, and they're doing it just. And furthermore, when that jackass tries to fucking rape you, yeah, I kind of want to see that asshole buried in the ground for keeps.
Well, hey, Tater Tot already shot him a couple times for you. What more do you want?
Yeah. Shot him a couple of times, and we know he's going to be back. So, yeah, until we know that he's dead for good, it's not going to be safe here or back in Equestria.
It's also not going to be safe for my computer no matter where I go if it continues acting like a piece of shit. So,
Alright.
the name of the group.
The Returners.
Yeah, I suppose
The
unless
Returners.
yeah, I suppose that unless a better name comes up, perhaps you can refer to us as the Returners.
Story behind how we came up to this later. But the zebra will cock an eyebrow and be like, alright. Well, thank you for saving me. I'll try not to get recaptured again.
Do you need a weapon?
This you, being a zebra, should understand this, but the spirits will guide me.
True. I do often commune with the spirits, and they are as faithful a guide as you can ever find. Very well then. May the spirits guide you on your journey, Aurora. Be safe, and may we meet again.
Indeed. I hope that when we do meet, it is under. And with that, he takes his leave. Also, I'm just going to assume that you all are on the other side of the barricade now.
Mm-hmm.
Blockade or whatnot.
Would sound understandable.
And the tick for that military base that Barry was originally heading towards is still just a little bit off from north of where you are at.
But what time of day is it saying on my pip book? Just trying to get an idea for how long that little thing, that little little excursion took.
What time of day was it when you went in?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Basically,
Well,
basically wondering how much time we have to
most of the
travel.
morning here.
Go ahead.
I'd say it is 6 o'clock in the evening. So it took most of your evening and most of the morning. Well, it took all the morning to do what you did.
So it'll be getting dark soon. So
Give it 1 or 2 hours, and yeah, it'll get dark.
yeah, then let's try and put at least an hour and a half between us and the slave market before we find a spot to set up camp for the night.
Agreed.
Oh, and before you all go forward, Tattertots, you party met up outside enough. Just get hard to describe something not near you all, but you can tell that give a few days and something following you will catch up. Because Pinky Sense is overpowered.
Yeah.
So you know something's gonna come.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be there. But you don't know what.
Right. So yeah, movement. Let's keep that up, guys. Movement is good.
Yeah. Is something wrong, Tater Tot?
Wait, so I have pinky sense as well. Would I also get this feeling?
Ironically, I don't have pinky sense. But no, we should be
Oh
moving.
wait, I also have pinky sense. How many of us in this party have fucking pinky sense?
2 of you, because Tater Tot does not.
So you were talking to me then, or? Sorry, it wasn't quite clear.
Don't worry about it. We need to move. Because, sleeping near a raider or a slaver den is not a smart thing.
Yeah.
I was talking to. God fucking damn it.
I keep on forgetting that I have pinky sense. So question: If pinky sense is going off, how much of a twitch am I getting right now?
He put in Discord he was talking to me, not to you guys.
Yeah. But yeah. So if something really is coming, then the ponies in the party with Pinky Sense are probably going to be doing a twitch right about now.
It's something a bit separate from that. He was just saying Pinky Sense.
Yep. So, yay.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, please don't forget forget about the twitch because I almost forgot about it, and I did forget about it again.
Yeah, that happens with Pinky. But your twitching, I guess, is a easy one to just say that your ear twitches, which wouldn't be too much of a giveaway to anyone else around you. Unlike Pinkie Pie jumping from like whatnot and everything freaking out. You just get an ear twitch, and you know something's following a few days behind.
Yeah, the bigger twitches would probably occur as they get a bit closer. We should probably get moving, and I believe we are being followed, even though they're probably.
That's not you, Barry.
Oh.
This is Tater Tot.
Dang it! I'm sorry. I keep on.
Because he has.
It's confusing. There's two of us with Pinky Sense.
And Tater Tot is not.
I know, but it's not. Wait, you don't have Pinky Sense? I thought you did.
No, I don't.
Wait, what? Oh, man. Well, never mind. It is Barry. I thought you did.
Nope.
No, Tater Tot
have
is just
Wild Wasteland and Random. That's what it is.
Tater Tot's the Wild Wasteland.
You have Wasteland and Wild Random.
Yeah, and I'm the Pinky Sense. So together we make a full Pinkie Pie.
Which Pinky Sense do you have? Because there's
the
Danger Sense and Insight.
The negative one.
Ooh.
Pinky Sense, negative. Other ponies around you have always considered you slightly off and somewhat strange to your strange ancient random predictions, disposition -1. As a result, you gain Danger Sense, which is a perception -2 check whenever something is about to harm you. You also gain the ability for random insight once per game session, intellect -2 check. Success is something beneficial, while failure is something random, not useful, or maybe even misleading.
I'm just counting this as story bit right here. This is just story bit, so I'm not going to make you roll anything for this.
Okay, so yeah. So now that we got that sorted, then we should be moving. Something is a few days off behind us, but something is indeed following us.
Yeah, I'm pretty aware. Let's move.
Yeah, fun. So, skedaddle away from slavery area for a little while and get a pretty good distance, and it's starting to actually hit nightfall, and it's getting darker and everything.
Once again, any kind of natural formations that can give additional shelter and protection that we can set up camp in nearby?
Let me look at things.
Yeah, or some or just even some abandoned buildings that we could quickly sweep and then set up shop in.
It looks like there might be a sort of cave-esque thing. It doesn't look very big, but you could probably get you all in there if you tried hard enough.
Yep. I'll check EFS to see if there's any hostiles in the cave.
And There is some red dots, but they're not in the direction of the cave per se.
So the cave is relatively clear and a defensible position. That cave over there looks promising. From what I can tell on EFS, there doesn't appear to be any hostiles inside. Shall we set up camp inside there then?
Sure.
Let's see it.
So, I'll take a quick shop in the cave and whatnot. Having acquired a new companion for the day, and I assume that Bat Pony likes cave.
Yes.
And you all do your thing and sleep. Who is going to keep watch, and in what order?
I'll keep walking.
I'd imagine we can have Frostbite take the last watch since it's their first night with us. So, if anything, they deserve to have the best shot at getting a good sleep in.
I am a bat pony though, so I'm like at home in the night, so I could sleep less and have a longer watch.
So do you have the 4 hours sleep perk then?
No, I was just trying to be reasonable.
Well, I mean, if you're going to stay awake for more than 16 hours or whatever it is, then you start requiring endurance checks or whatever.
Yeah. Ever
You
vigilant,
still
that's
need
the perk.
appropriate amounts of sleep. No, it's all night long.
Yeah,
Unless there's like a specific racial one you're talking about.
the bat ponies, which JJ does have, it has a perk called Ever Vigilant, meaning that because of the bat ponies trying to adapt to a more diurnal cycle, they've gained the ability to sleep more efficiently. They gain twice as many as much. But I'm just gonna bring up Barry's sheet so I can read it directly. JJ, I'm not gonna freak out anymore. I'm just gonna accept that I just keep on getting my names mixed up. Ever Vigilant, Bat Pony, level 2, 1 rank. Constantly balancing out your proclivity for nocturnal activity with the diurnal nature of most of the wasteland's inhabitants has made you less reliant on sleep. You require 4 hours of sleep to be fully rested and recover twice the amount while resting.
And that is a perk that person has yet to acquire, so... I assume... So who's keeping first? Tell me.
A question. Is it possible for Root to take a solo watch and just have him bark to wake us up if something happens? So Root and I can collectively take 2 watches?
I already said I'm taking first watch.
Yeah, Tater Tot's fine taking a watch as well. I've just been...
Can you not hear
jump in
me?
here and speak.
Yeah, we can hear you, Misty. So, Misty first, Tatter second, and Zero third. I'm not hearing any objections to that order, so I'm going to go.
Actually, I was going to say, is it at all possible to have the dog and the zebra respectively take one watch apiece?
We will figure that out for next watch. I'm saying probably, but that's not really important at the moment.
Although that reminds me, though, I should probably see if I can get a hold of the gilded cage or wherever it was, so I can grab a character sheet for Root, because there probably is a sheet for dogs in there, so Root can you know.
Yes, indeed. All right, first watch. Small filly of amazingness.
Yep, that is Misty.
With Fox and Zephyrblade and Cloud, because you can't have too many pets and items.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Yeah. Roll options.
There's my special check.
As the zebra goes, why are you volunteering for watches when you have 4 perception?
Because I like to help.
All right. Right. So, with Misty taking nothing, she's Potato Pone takes secondary watch. Nothing, because he is blind. And because he sees nothing, there is now a radroach in the cave. It's nothing major, but you didn't notice a radroach walk basically right past you, Terratot.
They're everywhere.
We got breakfast for tomorrow.
Yeah, but no one knows it's there yet, so it's going to go and quickly scurry over to sleeping dog and try and bite its leg.
How dare.
So you wake up to Root whining from a radroach biting him on the leg.
Mm.
A wild radroach appears. I choose Root.
Mm. Are you okay, boy? Well, Root looks like we found tomorrow this morning's breakfast for everyone.
You can see the radroach contemplating how big of a fucking mistake it has made.
Well, boy, if you want to, feel free to dig in.
Yes, you found everyone's breakfast. Now you're gonna let the dog eat all of it. Genius.
He's just going to taste it, make sure it's fresh.
That's fine. Tater Tot has plenty of meat for everyone. and other supplies, I guess.
Oh, also, potato pone. Roll your great gracious bric-a-brac.
Oh, new day. Yay. 8. Holy shit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll let you know what he finds underneath a random rock in a minute. This will take...
Just type it out in Roll20 whenever you figure it out.
Yeah.
So, Root viciously attacks a radroach, flinging it around like a dog would fling anything around whenever it catches it in its mouth.
Good boy.
Into an early morning. Because it's still sort of late out, but hey, you're awake now.
Then I'll take over the last watch and let everybody else try and get a little bit more sleep while I tend to Root's little boo boo and just sit there with my canine friend and just keep an eye on EFS for any other little critters wanting to volunteer for breakfast.
I just assumed that Frostbite has been sleeping on the roof the entire time.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Alright, so you all wake up, and I haven't heard much from Good Frostbite, so what are you doing first in the morning?
In the morning, Frostbite will journey out into the cave, where he will look upon the stars before the sun rises, and he will find a rock and take a piece.
Why are you taking pieces of rock? You have a rock collection?
You don't question the Russian bat pony.
Yes, I do.
Looks like I found stuff to make stew with that radroach meat.
I just love how Taratot just opens a rock, like a door, and pulls out random trash.
No, he cracks it open like a geode. Because, filthy mud pun.
I just want to state that he found food in a rock.
But what all did you find inside said rock? I need to look at the Roll20 to see this.
Yes, you do. It's very wise, Chia.
All right. So, I assume you all have your all's radroach breakfast. Does anyone here actually know how to cook? Does Taratot? Yeah, Taratot does.
Actually,
What
the
would that
cooking
skill
benefit,
be?
it's actually alchemy, survivalism, and traps, and if you need to have, I think it's 50 or more, which I don't, to get the benefits of cooking. Otherwise,
That
you
was
just
Shane.
have food. Yep.
Yeah,
That was Shane.
Yeah.
That was a skill I was avoiding because of him, but...
Well, now this is fun. So, who here has the highest alchemy, survivalism, and traps?
23? At least presuming we're still level 5 anyway.
11.
Yeah, I'd imagine that we'll be getting our experience for the past 2 sessions in about half an hour or so when we reach the usual stop time.
Yeah, you'll reach level 6 at the end of this session. Because experience from slave things and shit.
Yeah.
So,
I've got to simplify all this instead of having to actually cook, because I don't think we have a hot plate or anything to cook on. Let the dog just eat the rad roach. And who wants candy?
I know. Give me, please.
All right,
Give me.
you can have
Is
a
it
box
chocolate?
of chocolate frosted sugar apple bombs.
Yes.
Tater Tot will have some fancy buck snack cakes. Those are his favorite.
Eh,
Let's see. Barry, because the way you are, here's some canned fruits.
my thanks. Oh,
By the way,
I
that's
figured
3
this is
rads,
also
by the way.
probably the best time to do it now, because now that we're having something to eat, might as well take out and try that Crim Victory that I got way back when.
yes, you all have to have at least one drink during your breakfast. And
And
if you don't have like anything special, I'm just gonna say you drink water. But if
Which
you have,
I have plenty of dirty water.
yeah. Do you have any Sparkle Cola though? Because I have a feeling you might want to drink that instead. It's your thing after all.
I have enough Sparkle Cola for me. If anyone else needs a beverage, they can either have some dirty water, or if they really want, I have some Sunrise Sarsaparilla.
Yes.
Okay, and just a reminder to not just everyone here, but everyone who's watching the stream, because apparently, when we left that first unnamed town, the mayor there each gave us a little bit of Crim and ended up giving me Crim Victory, which was described as it has a pony and power armor standing on a dead zebra with victory in bright rainbow colors written around the label, and it's a blue drink. I have not seen this, so I'm going to pull out the drink, figuring might as well give this stuff a try. See, the label's like, oh, what the fuck?
All right, before everyone is like, what is Crim? It's a drink unique to these islands. Like, I don't know, Rad Purge is unique to freaking Mercury Number 7's story. It's a unique thing on these islands, kind of like Vim is in Fallout 4 Far Harbor. So
As
there's
I believe was the intended reference.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm going to pull out the Crim Victory, take a look at the label. It was like, oh, hell no! You've got to be kidding me!
Because reasons.
Yeah, and I understand that you didn't do that on purpose. That's just how the dice rolled when you were giving everyone their respective Crim bottles. But seriously, giving that to a zebra, giving that particular bottle to a zebra, the fuck?
Yeah, fun. If you do drink it, it tastes like. Let me think. What is your favorite esque thing? Because it's basically a rainbow splash of great, sweet goodness.
So it's probably gonna be kind of. So you're saying it's gonna taste like whatever my favorite favorite sweet to eat is. But I just have But I just had to deal with the fucking racist label.
Yes, because that's how the world works.
So, yeah, before I even bother drinking it, I'd imagine everyone's gonna hear me going, "Ah, hell nah!"
Tatar look over and like, yeah, Crim is nasty shit. I don't know why you're trying to drink it.
That's not the problem. I'm going to drink it, but look at this
Oh.
fucking label.
Wow, looks like they really broke the bank on, that. Must have hired a third grader for it.
No, what I'm gonna, whenever she shows you the label, you just see, like, your eyes dart immediately to the calories on the side of it. Damn, that's a lot of calories.
I'm not going to waste a good drink since finding things that are safe to drink is pretty rare. But did the mayor of that town have to give me this particular bottle?
Yes.
I was the only one I was one of the only ones who was against setting the town on fire.
Well, maybe that one was their favorite drink.
That doesn't help the town's case, but still. Yeah, Zero, welcome to the campaign where we burn down cities.
Lovely. I appreciate the welcome. It is lovely.
It's a long story, Frostbite. To sum it up quickly, that was while we were still in chains ourselves, and as much as I was against it, I was outvoted, and the rest of the party opted to set the guard barracks on fire in order to distract the benefactor long enough for us to get a lethal shot in.
Again, so sorry. Next time, we'll just let you get raped.
Hey. They're all gone now. There's no rest of the party. There's just us.
I'm not going to argue and say it didn't work, but it still doesn't sit well with me.
But yes, it was. So, I assume that after breakfast and... Oh, wait, right. Before I do anything, you get a thing because you drank that. And I decided to give these things special things. Because reasons. So, while you all go and do your rest of the morning stuff, whatever that is, I'm going to pull up whatever this thing does.
Well, he's looking that up. I think we kind of forgot to describe what our characters looked like to our new party member. So I'll just start with Tater Tot. As you can see from his picture, he has an orange coat, yellow mane, potato on his butt. And then for what he's wearing, he has an armored duster over a trader outfit. Underneath, a ragged cloak. He is strapped with multiple pouches, very large saddlebags, a pair of energy rifles on a battle saddle. He's also wearing a sports helmet and an eye patch.
Where'd you get the eye patch from?
Yes.
Yes. We had already discussed this, remember? Once he rolled a nat 10, he went, I found a second eye patch.
Oh, right.
He only has a single one. We were just joking that he had a second one, but
Yeah,
Alright.
with your random power, so then you put it away.
yeah. But anyways, the first eye patch I obtained with bric-a-brac, the first morning in that one town with the mayor that I hate, who happens to be the mayor.
I was about to say, which mayor? Oh, the first mayor. Okay.
Yeah, the same one who gave me that racist bottle of Crim.
Nope, the second one. The place that had all the turrets.
So yeah, that's the second mayor then.
Yes.
All right. Well, you get to have 1 extra HP in combat for the rest of the day.
That's not too bad.
Just 1.
Every little bit helps.
So you all drink and eat, and are you all going to describe the rest of your characters to Good, Great, Bat Pony?
Yep.
I suppose I can describe if I have to. Honestly, if you can just blow up the picture I already have on the map, that's pretty much self-explanatory. She is...
Just got a bat wing and a horn.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. What you see is a cream-colored white Pegasus filly. She's got tattoos on her front left leg and side, and she wears a dusty red magician cape, hat, and a little tuxedo shirt underneath that. She is the greatest show fillet. Watch, she'll practice her performance for you. See?
This one's called 52 Pickup.
It came back and I counterfeit, and then I just hear that.
If we were level 6, I would have succeeded on that.
Behold, even though it's called 52 Pickup, there's only 46 cards. Get them.
That's great.
The trick is finding the other 6.
All right, and Barry.
I'll start with the easier one to describe my buddy Root. Root is obviously what looks to be a German Shepherd with a red bandana around his neck. And Barry is a gray and pink striped zebra. And yes, although I am a shaman, there is no relation to a certain zoni. Do not bring it up. It is just a coincidence.
Other campaign.
Yeah. But still, it's something that seems to keep coming up, so I feel compelled to quell it. But she is a cyborg. She currently you can see that she currently has a base head and chassis cybernetic module implanted in her left front foreleg is a pip-buck. You can see she has smart shades currently deployed, and beneath those smart shades, her left eye is still her natural golden yellow, and her right eye is an implant that gives her access to night vision, heat vision, and electronic signature vision. There will be more to come, but those are the modules that she currently has installed. In addition to that, her current gear, let me bring up my inventory. There is a Mark III ragged cloak, courtesy of Tater Tot, and some ragged combat armor and a ragged combat helmet, and her equipped weapon is a recharger rifle.
And Taratot's weapons belt set. And small little Philly has a blue fox with her that currently has a flower on its head because she hasn't brushed it in a few days.
Excuse you? She brushes her every night.
All right,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
still, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Since we're introducing ourselves, Frostbite, I would recommend you avoid touching the fox. The fox is apparently made of poison joke.
All right, and now for the most important one that no one knows what it looks like. Not even I completely know what it looks like. Bat Pony. Describe your appearance.
Frostbite is a compact bat pony. He has gray fur, a maroon mane that is very long. It nearly touches the floor, almost like Fluttershy's. But it's like it's in a ponytail behind his head, but it reaches to the floor. And his cutie mark is a blue shield with a lighter blue outline, and it's a kite shield. And above the shield, well, it would be sitting on top of the shield if it was laying on the ground. It's a large sickle. And
Did Zero cut out for anyone else?
Yeah, he cut out for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind
Look it up for me as well.
same.
where at?
Something about a sickle?
There's a large sickle on it, so
Yeah, there's a large sickle on top of the shield on his cutie mark, and he wears reinforced combat armor, but he has no helmet, and he has a battle saddle, which he only has one side of equipped with a weapon, a grenade rifle.
also if you're gonna question how he got those things and was not taken away, Wild Wasteland. There you go.
I mean, Tater Tot just lifted a rock and found a cooking pot full of shit, so. And this wasn't even a big rock, it was just like a skipping stone.
You pick it up and it explodes out a cooking pot. Like, it looks like, and it's, I assume you are continuing your grandiose journey into which is actually just like the train tracks until you hit a military base that you're going towards. It doesn't take very long, 3 hours. No, just 2 hours. And you're on sort of the edge of a minefield. You know it's the edge because you can see the mines. They're not very well hidden. and you're on the edge of it. And in the distance, about an hour's walk is what is a pretty well fortified esque looking building.
Well, it seems like good news. We've nearly reached our destination. Unfortunately, there's bad news as well because we have a bit of a minefield in between us and our destination.
No, it's not in between. It's you and it are both along the edge of the minefield.
Ah,
It's not in between you. You're just walking right next to it.
Who's
so we
walking
can
right
still
next to what?
make it. It's just we have to be careful not to go too far to one side.
Yes.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna try something here because this is really starting to tick me off.
Can I try, as we're walking along this minefield with my perception and my explosive skill to try and do some cheeky mine stealing?
I'd say it's worth a shot
You
because
can see the mines, and I'm gonna have you roll your explosive skill each time you try and disarm one. So
Okay, so my explosive skill is 53. Which dice would I roll for that?
1d100, and you want to get
One.
equal to or less than your skill. Unless he says it's really hard, then you want to get even less.
Okay.
just roll /R 100, 1d100, and if it's lower than your skill, you're successfully good. If it's over your skill, the mine will go off. So
You said your skill is 53? Mr. Frostbite.
Yeah. Wait. It's actually 54. It's actually 54.
Well, you rolled a 56, so...
Yeah, fucked.
So you just waltz on over, happy as can be, like, hey, look, it's a mine, and you touch it, and it explodes. So
Tater Tot will look over at
anyone be
Barry and say, I think you need to bring that one back with your receipt.
all right? Quick chat editor, because you are the most knowledgeable. Throw me the thing for damage in Roll20 on a mine.
Hold on. Regular frag mine?
Yes.
50 plus 2d10. Do you want me to roll it?
You. Now I can roll.
Okay. Oh, and it's an AoE 10. Which means that, add a third d10 to that, because he was at the center of the explosion. AoE rules, if you're at the center of the explosion, you do gain an additional d10. And then every 10 feet, because this is AoE 10, you would take less. So, for example, if Tater Tot was at the center of the explosion, it'd be 50 plus 3d10 damage. Anyone within the 10-foot radius would take 50 plus 2d10. And then in the next 15 to 20 feet range, they'd take 75% of the 50 plus 2d10. Then 50, then 25, and then 0.
You hear me now?
Yes. You're kind of quiet, but yes.
How about now?
That is a little bit louder, but not normal volume.
Huh.
So What do I roll next?
Well, you actually need to roll a third d10 because this is an AoE.
The first one I rolled d10. The second one I rolled 50 plus 2d10.
Oh, he set off several?
No.
Okay.
But I thought your AoE thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
it just
AoE...
means...
Yeah, so... Alright, so with what I'm saying, again, if Tater Tot is the one stepping on the landmine, he would take 50 plus 3d10. Chain, being within 10 feet, would take the 50 plus 2d10 because he's in the first blast increment. The Fox and Misty would take 75% of that 50 plus 2d10 because they're in the second increment. Then 50% for the third increment, and then nothing after that.
Oh, wait a second.
All right.
Why am I in any what's...
You're
I've
not
been
taking any
gone.
damage.
Explain.
You're not taking any damage right now, Misty. I am explaining how explosives blast radius work.
Question. How are you all aligned? Because that pony did set off an explosion. So how are you all like set up in a sort
That
of
pony
walk?
said he went up to the explosives and started trying to pick through them. So he separated
did
himself
roll-
from the group.
Yeah, I said I was gonna try to cheeky go over and take some mines.
So did he run off to the side behind us, or did he run in front of us?
He probably ran ahead of us because we were approaching all this.
Didn't GM say we were walking along the minefield?
Yes.
Oh,
So
then
I probably
misheard.
would have ran off to the side once I saw the blinking light of a mine and tried to do a cheeky little disarm and take, but that didn't go well.
All right. So I rolled that first one, and that would be your damage. That first then, which is, and you just ignore the other roll because it doesn't affect anything. So, fun.
So the question is, with Frostbite running off, how far is off compared to the rest of the party?
It's barely out of the blast radius. If you all were like a few feet over, you would be hit by a explosion, but you're not. So,
In that case, I will curse in Zabrekian before cautiously running up to Frostbite. You need to be more careful with these things. Hold still. Let me treat you.
so I due to your D,
I
you only
did not fail so much to disarm such bombs.
so frostbite, because your DT is 8, you only take 50 damage. Only, yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
So that first bandage I tried to apply, let's just say that since it failed, that it kind of got torn up a bit on some of the shrapnel that I had to then remove, and then apply a fresh bandage. So of that 50 damage you took, I just healed you for 48. And now to remove 2 for bandages from my inventory.
So, this is the cautionary tale of why you don't touch landmines.
As the other two run up to the minefield, Tater Tot will do the smart thing and take a few steps further away in case they trigger some more.
I said carefully ran up, watching our step, being wary of landmines.
I can fly, so who cares about the land stuff?
So, Yeah, we both had our own ways of mitigating the risk of landmines, and between the two of us, frostbite is back up to full.
All right. Good thing, too. So, like, you immediately get hit with an explosion, back to completely full health. Nice.
I'm a damn good doctor, and Misty is pretty damn good with the healing spells.
Though, again, this is a
So,
case where we shouldn't use up
following-
supplies for healing.
It was a gut reaction.
Following that, and the medical things of healing, you are just going to continue walking along, I suppose? All right. Before we get into anything of the outside of the facility and whatnot, I'm going to take a 5-minute break because I have been getting sent messages repeatedly, and I was afraid that if I opened them, it would just completely destroy the computer. So,
isn't it? Are we right around our usual time where we wrap things up?
yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, we oftentimes go later. It's a matter of who can stay later.
Depends on who all here is able to stay for how long.
I could stay for up to another hour.
Sure.
Possibly same.
What about you, Barry?
Fair enough then.
I say, if you're gonna
All
take a break, should we level up now or wait until after session?
Yeah, just go ahead and level up to level 6 right now while I take break and answer messages.
Okay.
And then we'll end around 12.
Alright, in that case, I need to do some planning because I still haven't quite figured out what I want to put into my level 6 perk slot.
So let's see, I was at -5, and first aid put me at another -5.
So skills. What to do?
From 148 to 159, I grow ever stronger, ever more healthy. Fear me. I am.
Alright, so follow those instructions and you should be able to have a macro there to figure out your damage. If you need me to say anything, let me know.
Okay, going with the whole 6 and 12 split, I'm going to put 6 points into hacking and matrix tech, since it's one of my tag skills, and the remaining 12 into my shamanism. Either that or I just dump them all into shamanism, because if I remember correctly, to get to 100, I need the non-tag ranks. I need 39. Let me do a little check. See.
Since we lost Chain, I think I'm going to start dumping skill points into alchemy, survivalism, and traps, and I will take over that role if you guys are okay with that.
On one hand, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's going to be a couple levels before I'm any good at it, but as far as what I'm supposed to be good at, I will be up to par for the next few levels, even if I don't touch those skills.
Okay, I've opted to just put it all into shamanism, so I can just fully prime my shamanism and arcane magic. And next level, I'll do the divvy up into put the remaining 9 I need to finish priming shamanism, and the rest of it into hacking and matrix. So,
The Death Philly is now fully operational.
Right.
okay. So next level, that would be 9 into shamanism and 9 into hacking, which would put me at 39 shamanism and 72 hacking and matrix, which I think is a pretty nice, a reasonably safe level.
And Frostbite, just before I forget to inform you, you're also level 6, because whenever you create your character, they were lower level. You're also level 6. Got it?
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna go get a Coke, and then I'll do the leveling up stuffs.
Because I don't like it when characters are not equally level in the party, because then it causes the issue of, hey, look at me, I can one-shot this thing, and you are having to punch it 15 times.
Now,
It doesn't.
But I'm already
doesn't
in that
compute well.
position, GM.
I don't care, Misty. Don't make me take away your power.
What perk do I want to go with for level 6? I mean, some of the perks that I have that I want to do. Some of them I can't take until, because a lot of the skills I want to learn that could be taken I can't take them until after I get the appropriate cybernetic parts.
Don't worry.
I mean,
Be happy.
Because if I want to take any of the unicorn perks, I need that horn first. Any Pegasus perks, I need the cyber wings.
All right. Given that that is a genuine issue that we need to affect, Barry, I want you to roll. Give me a second and let me figure out what I need you to roll.
Because as it currently stands, the one that I'd need more than anything would be the horn, because I don't have that many Pegasus perks planned, but I do have a number of unicorn perks planned. So plus there'd also be the whole awkward things of having to actually try and learn magic from Misty.
Roll a 1d10. Not luck, not strength, it's not special, just roll 1d10.
The universe says 4.
Okay, while he's doing his thing there, I just want to double check with you guys because I didn't hear one way or the other. Are you guys okay with me taking over the alchemy skill for the time being?
No worries here. Because my focus is still going to be on medicine, shamanism, and arcane magic.
As a general rule, it worries me when the merchant is the one who wants to be survival. In this context, it's totally fine, because I trust you, Tattered.
Yeah, and the whole survival thing also gives me free things to sell.
Well, and that's the other reason why, is it really fits your character, and I also trust you to, not screw over the party.
I have no intention to screw over the party blatantly.
Yes. Exactly.
I still need to figure out going forward whether or not I will need to put any points into flight magic or not.
Alright. Well, I'm going to give you a quick and simple answer. Soon. Soon. Answer. Probably sooner than believed, but that's your answer. Because through a rigorous testing of randomly asking people in my household about what number they want to choose out of 1 through 10, and then doing math, I've determined a thing.
Neat.
So that still leaves the question of what perk should I give myself then?
Well, I doubt it'll help you, but I took intense training, raising my luck by 1, and in case of blank emergencies for my 2 perks, because I'm an superior Earth pony, which means I got extra perks.
Well,
This is true.
I was kind of contemplating taking intense training at least 2 more times so I can get my charisma up to 9, so I can have the 5 spirit affinity.
I mean, you could just take the perk that increases your spirit affinity.
There's. I'll have to double check that then. I'd imagine it's in the zebra perk, so just I need to find it. There's the cybernetics. Wish I remembered what page number it was on.
Just so everyone is aware, with that in case of blank emergencies, up to my luck times per day, which is 4, I may produce a non-combat, non-food item worth 20 caps or less out of my personal hammer space, regardless of whether I actually own it or not, and it disappears once I put it away again and can't be sold. The exception is duct tape, which, once used, does not disappear. Any leftover roll, however, does.
NBA.
All right.
NBA. I wasn't expecting to hit mid-level, so I'm feeling a little unprepared. Griffin.
We weren't that far away from it.
All right. Question. If you do go intense training, this isn't a question, but if you do go intense training, put it into luck. Just wordly advice.
Yeah, he likes to use luck for everything.
Well, I do
I
have
don't, but I have to do. Luck can be dangerous and very useful.
What was the what's the name of the perk that affects my spirit affinity?
When I come back, we will begin.
I am using the power to look up spirit affinity.
Right now,
Here it is.
I have to re-download this.
Greater affinity, page 108.
Yeah, I just found it, and yeah, this is something that I could take, cause yeah, that means I could instead of doing two stat boosts to raise it up a point, I can use 1 intensive training for luck and 1 for the greater affinity. So I guess the question is, what do you guys think I should go for? The greater affinity or the luck?
I'm gonna be honest, I've never played in a game that used spirits, so I can't tell you.
I think I know what to do just to save time. 1 is heads, 2 is tails. Heads I go with luck. Tails I go with the spirit affinity.
Do I need to get an actual D2 so that way you can figure this out? I don't get to use my D2s too terribly often.
You can roll if you want. I just rolled in game. So go ahead, take your D2, roll, and if it's the same, I'll go with what I rolled. If If it's different, well, we'll roll again.
White or black?
So, let's make white 1 for luck and black 2 for,
No, as in what die? Am I rolling my white D2 or my black D2?
Yeah, you can roll them both, and we'll have and we can have majority the majority vote B. So if they're both for spirit affinity, I'll go with spirit affinity. If it's one of each, I'll be going with luck.
They both rolled 1.
So it's a unanimous roll for luck. Okay then.
Wait, what was the question?
I couldn't make up my mind whether to go with the intense training for luck or the greater affinity. So I decided to just instead of a coin flip, do a dice roll. So I rolled a 1d2, and Misty rolled a pair of 1d2s, and they all came up with intense training for luck.
Because yes, I'm a big enough loser that I have dedicated D2s.
That's not being a loser. That's being prepared for everything.
Well, it was more of a friend came across them, and I harassed them into purchasing them for me. Because
D2 is it's such an interesting concept of a D2. You don't see it at all hardly, yet it sounds like it needs to be around.
I will take better pictures of mine in a moment and share them.
So, I assume everyone's all leveled up and ready for war.
Yep, I might have to adjust some of my macros. Just need to see if that affected my crit success and fumble rating. So,
all right. Well,
I'd like to say I hope we won't be getting into combat this time round, but so I can, after we're done with the stream, go and update all my macros. Because I got a lot of combat-based macros, so might need to adjust that. But
well, how long does that take to adjust?
It actually doesn't take that long. You only have to modify a couple of numbers, so you can be doing it on the fly, really.
Right.
Yeah.
In that case, just let me take a little check.
While she's checking that real quick,
495.
Frostbite, do you want to test your damage macro there?
All right.
I did test it earlier. It works beautifully.
All right. Do you want me to copy paste what I use for my attacks? Because having one for attacks and damage is really quick. Or
that would be highly appreciated.
All right. DMing you right now.
Also, GM, I am having to re-download my lock safe right now because I guess it's just gone for whatever reason. And Dropbox doesn't like me for whatever reason, so I'm not.
Don't worry, Zero. I'm currently going off half-baked because I don't have access to my rulebooks at the moment. So, don't worry. And it's done the same for me, so I've just downloaded all them on my other computer, and the lock safe takes up a lot of space due to how big it is. At least it does for me for some reason.
Well, yeah, it's like 700 pages. So, yeah.
So, yeah, don't worry.
But there you go. That is a D2. And how it's designed. So they're kind of like D6s, but like two of the sides are rounded so the opposite ends connect.
I'm not focusing on the D2s. I'm focusing on the fact that your computer's keyboard is better than mine. But yeah, that's neat. It really is.
I'm still copying and pasting all of the spells, but I should be okay.
I really am going to have to stare at your all's sheets later and be like, powerful they are becoming. Because I remember, like, back at level 4, I think it was, Misty could one-shot people. Almost.
Yeah.
Oh, she could, which is just blowing my mind.
Well, one thing.
Okay, I do believe that is my macros updated for the increased luck.
To be fair, that is also when I could spend literally all of my AP on my spells. On one attack spell to targeting a single ritual. And all except, like, one of my upgraded spells is healing or utility.
And I don't think Barry or myself have done anything to upgrade our actual damage since then. Which I'm probably going to be spending my next couple level ups trying to do.
Like, I've increased my damage spell for basically if everyone else goes down sort of thing. But, like, it's going to take extenuating circumstances for me to whip out the attack spell.
Alright. Another fun thing. I'm just going to type this to one person. That way not everyone knows exactly what they're going to fight. No, that's a terrible idea. Is Robert on? He is not. Dang it. Not having my books is annoying. Okay, I'll just get it from someone whenever.
Which book are you after?
Gilded Cage. And I can't download it right now because I'm on someone else's computer, so.
Hold on, I think I might have you covered here because I set up something for myself. Here we go. And I'll send you the link over Roll20 because I know that you're having issues. Otherwise,
what is this link to? Is this a Google Doc with everything?
it's a Google Doc to my copy of Gilded Cage. Because as you've confirmed, you already have your own copy. So this should let you view it online. Oh, it might be too large. My bad. Alright. Well, if you just tell me what you're looking for, I can... Ah, shit.
I think it's loading for me. I'm not sure. I think it's loading. Yeah, it's loading right now, I think.
Okay. Alright. Excellent.
If it doesn't load, though, I will just tell you all whenever you see it, and I'll just have you show me the thing real quick. But, yeah, as you all, along this having fragmine reasons, approach, and wait. If that's on, a few red dots just start appearing.
Heads up, we've got hostiles.
Go ahead.
What direction are the red dots coming from? And how many of them?
They are there are 3 of them in the courtyard area of the building you're coming to. Or at least they're in that general vicinity.
I'm picking up 3 hostiles from inside the facility. Be on your guard.
Lovely.
So, slowly, I assume slowly, I don't know, you all guns with keeping an eye over this hostile threat may be. And you reach kind of an outer wall for the courtyard area. And roll perception if you want to look and see what this thing is. These things.
So I roll what for what now? Did you say perception?
If you want to try and see what these hostiles are, roll perception.
And
I'm
that
too busy
and
trying to find a good sneaky sneak.
Alright.
I'm just rolling high today.
And for the perception, what would I roll?
1d10, you want to have equal to or less than your perception score. I would advise making a macro like mine for doing special rolls in the future.
What's your perception? 0. Hello?
I forget I have to push buttons. That would be an 8.
Please. Alright, so. No. So. For everyone that passed their perception, you look in from this way or from that way, however, and you see something rustling or has a long curved tail, multiple legs, and for the people that realize what it is,
Oh no.
which should be most human beings,
Red
yeah,
scorpions.
it is a rad scorpion.
Yeah.
Now, AirPods, quickly throw me all the different types of rad scorpion. That way I can figure out which one of these it actually is.
I'm not. I don't really want to do that because I'm afraid of which one you might use. Because I know a few red scorpions that are right bastards to deal with.
Yeah. That's why I'm having Taratot quickly throw me all of them. I'm probably going to pick one of the easier ones to deal with, but I want to see all of them.
Do you want me to throw you out names, or am I going to just be copy-pasting stat blocks here?
Just copy-paste the stat block, throw them at me.
Oh, God.
I quite literally throw them at me. Come to my house and throw them at me.
Oh no, if I'm coming to your house, I'm throwing you.
Okay, so yeah, that reminds me, these don't copy-paste too well.
Yeah.
I'll just throw out names. Tell me what sounds cool. Young Rad Scorpion, Giant Rad Scorpion, Alpha Rad Scorpion,
That is a
Albino.
terrible
What?
That's a terrible idea, and throwing up names and all.
Okay,
What are the two ones?
the two weakest, there's the young red scorpion, and that's a yellow threat level. And then there's the regular red scorpion, which is an orange threat level. The giant red scorpion is also orange.
But keep in
There
mind,
is a
those threat
regular.
levels increase if you throw multiple of them at us.
Indeed. There is a red scorpion accompanied by two young ones in the yard. So, what are you all doing with the newfound informational?
We've got rad scorpions.
They can't see. I can't see them.
That's because you're looking at the rock.
I like that.
And
I
the
can't
rock
see
is
them.
winning.
But if I can't see them, they can't see me staring at a rock.
Red versus blue reference.
It's blue versus red. It sounds stupid when you say it backwards like that.
That's great. So,
I have my popcorn.
normal red scorpion and two young red scorpions in the yard. It's more like a parking lot with a lot of grass in it, but it's a yard.
I don't even.
So, what are you all doing?
Well, right now I am making it so that you'll be able to see these stats. Hold on. As for Tater Tot, he's trying to not get stabbed.
Okay, hear me out. I have an idea.
I'm afraid.
So, what I suggest we do is Tater Tot helps me to throw Misty in the air as a distraction. I will fly as fast as I can to the right and take some pot shots with my grenade launcher at the big boy. And right now, I am attempting...
For my visibility.
I have nutcases as well. Nothing changed whenever I was born. I just became exactly like him.
I have a important question.
Is it about the plan?
Actually, yes. How good did you say you are with explosives?
Since the level up, I now have an explosive skill of 64.
If I were to take a moment here to whip up some explosives for you, would you just want to dive bomb these things while we stay back and safe?
Also, so that way, you know, if you screw up and it explodes in your face, you're the only one who takes damage.
That too.
I would also like to suggest that afterwards, if this plan goes awry, Misty... No, wait, no. Who's the...
I am a medic, yes.
Was there a
Misty's the
unicorn?
There's not a unicorn.
Shit.
Misty is a magical Pegasus. And
Okay.
that is everything.
As my next suggestion, I would suggest that you, if the plan goes awry, somebody attempts to distract the Rad Scorpion so that I can get away, and then we can revise a new plan.
I'm just going to be taking my my recharger rifle, going prone to stabilize it, and taking aim at the at the stinger on the big red scorpion. Getting ready to pop sats and unload a couple of shots into that tail to knock out the stinger on the full red scorpion.
Hey, let's just back up a little bit here. Like, physically back up away from this. I have a plan. So, GM. Question. How long would you say it normally takes to craft something? Like a, just for example, an ammo grenade.
Does it have a designated time length for crafting?
There is actually no designated time for crafting that I have found out.
Well, I'll get perks of like raise this bar and stuff along those lines. I'm gonna say a half hour.
You cut out there.
Given like your perks and stuff, and you being an Earth Pony, 20 minutes to a half an hour
Is how long it normally takes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That case, I can make something in the 1/8 of a time, so it takes half hour normally. Sorry, just pull it up. 30 divided by 8. All right, give me 4 minutes. And assuming we're not attacked in 4 minutes, I'm going to be pulling out my portable workbench, pulling out 10 of my 10mm standard bullets, pulling duct tape out of nowhere, and then I'll hand this amalgamation, which I probably just hot glued together, to the Bat Pony. Here you go. It's an ammo grenade.
well, I move. Let us do this, yes?
I suggest dropping it instead of throwing it. Because you can fly.
Yes. Drop overhead like classic bomber from Equestrian Navy.
Yeah, holy moly! We actually have another map. This map looks familiar.
What?
Come on, go now.
What? Familiar? Not at all. I have certainly never seen this map before in my life.
Hooray for recycled assets!
Wait till you see how I run my games. There's like 4 maps for combat.
Okay, GM, I'm going to ask this, because with how things happened, I have to take one less spell than I had initially planned. Would you prefer I be less good at making everyone else absolute maniacs at combat, or would you prefer I not have as much healing? Are other people talking?
We can hear you. I think he's just concentrating on what he's doing right now.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to really concentrate on making rad scorpions out of the token I used for my Discord icon.
As a reminder, young rat scorpions are size 0.5 or 0 or negative 0.5, so they're actually smaller than the average pony, while the regular red scorpion is size 1. meaning that they're significantly larger than the regular pony.
Which means that we have 2 red scorpions the size of Misty and one that's bigger than the majority.
They're a bit fatter than Misty, but yeah.
My recommendation for the regular red scorpion, if you just click or drag the corner of a token, you can make it fill up 4 squares instead of 1.
That's what I was going to do.
Okay.
But Misty was asking about something, right?
Yeah, basically, would you prefer I not take Bone Mending, as that is a healing spell specifically for, like, crippled limbs and stuff? Or would you prefer that I not take Haste, which I can cast on others that has all AP cost for potency turns?
Simply because of things that will happen within the next session, maybe 2, and the fact that Barry is trying to go for healer route, you take haste. Take haste. Because I want everyone to have an enjoyable time, and I can always figure out a way to completely dick you over in the end. If you get too...
That means that I'll have to next level. I'll have to take Wasteland Surgeon.
I mean, I still have a way to heal limbs, I think. It's just not nearly at all as potent, I think.
But,
I have to double check.
Yeah.
But no, that's fine.
But things might happen in here, or they might not. Depends on certain factors and whatnot. I'm being very vague.
It's fine. I mean, it'd be better if I asked you, so that way, if anything happens, I can go, well, you said, later. Alright.
Yeah. Question. Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured out to make push to talk work without holding the button. Nice.
Nice.
Magic. And I can have 20 open at the same time. I figured out the way to do magic. Whoop-de-doo. So, let me just real quick. There is fence-esque wall full of holes in this place. And the buildings within it. The fact that it goes through some of these buildings, because they're smaller than they look, I just had to reuse an asset.
So, I would, what would I roll in Roll20 and for the Fallout Equestria such?
Another thing, the map, access to incomplete. Would you please?
Sorry, what?
I don't know. I feel like at the same time I don't know. So yeah, you have a token on the map. You're in there. Access to editing it and everything.
So, are we ready to get this
Once
attack
that's done,
phase
we're
on the
combat.
roll? Oh wait, I'm sorry. What happened?
Sorry, every time you talk, the GM starts talking.
I know.
I'm not sure if did or something. I don't know. But 0. Add your picture to your token on roll 20.
How do I do that?
All right.
I'm sorry.
Right next to the chat button up there, there's the one that looks like 2 pages. If you hover your mouse where it says
2
journal,
pages. Journal.
click that. There should be one that's character sheet. Click that. Click edit. Where there's avatar, you can
I already
click.
added his thing. He just needs to put the picture on it.
Yeah, I was telling him how to put the picture on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only seeing loot under journal.
Oh, there isn't a character there for you?
Yeah, I don't have anything there.
Okay, then our GM needs to create a character for you and make it so that you can see and edit it.
All right, give me a brief moment.
Okie dokie. So would it be okay if I just use my profile picture that I have now for that, since I don't have a picture for Frostbite at all?
I think he just needs a
That is
picture. For
perfectly fine.
As a
Yeah, just
representation?
take a picture because while you already are distinct on being a blue thing of I don't have a picture, I still want you to have a picture on the map.
Okay.
Eventually, I'll probably make your character in
I'm
pixel art
uploading
form.
it.
Second. And I say, if you just need a character, I'm sure I've got one. So.
I have one I could use if that's the case. But it's not Frostbite. That's the only thing. That's the only.
I'm just fine with whatever you pick as the character picture. As long as people know what you look like game, then they can pretty well infer what you look like in game.
Plus, we can always work out the kinks as we go along. Before the next session.
And then how do I get that on the board?
Okay, when you've clicked, or if you've already uploaded it to your character sheet, you can now click, or save changes. Click and drag your image onto the map, like this, and then it will be there. Oh, that is tiny.
That is tiny. That is very tiny.
You will probably need someone to edit the image to make it appropriately sized. But now, if you double-click your token, you'll see there's several things listed as bars. The number 1 there, I like to use for health. If you put in what your current health is over your maximum, I like to use the second one for my action points, and third one for any ammo. How you do it is up to you, but it helps lets you keep track of things at a glance.
I'll have to set that up after this session because I didn't know you could do that particular little bit there.
Just double click your token. It takes just a couple of seconds to fill that in.
Interesting. Just goes to show how I still have a lot to learn for Roll20.
Well, if you have any questions, let me know. If I can't answer it, I can usually find the answer before too long.
Let there be grass.
And I suppose there's one more macro I should be sending you here.
Is it the initiative? I bet it's
Yep.
the initiative.
That is quite
So,
handy.
you want to start combat or just wait and end it here and start tomorrow? Because it's 11:54.
We should probably just start it next session, honestly.
Yeah, because combat can kind of take a while with how things generally work.
It'll also help me, like, find and get everything set up, because the stat blocks for the Rad Scorpions never got sent. Or if they did, I didn't see them.
I did. I whispered it to you on Roll20.
I'm not sure if it ever been chat. Because I know you, but I'm not sure if it actually.
What I did is it's a link to another Google Doc, which I have a paint image there with the 2 stat blocks.
I see. You can send them to me, like, on Discord later, because, yeah, it didn't appear on my Roll20.
Okay.
Because think smarter, not harder.
Yeah. So, this session. It wasn't much of a big
Action.
wow.
Eh,
It wasn't much of a big wow plot revolution thing session, but still.
Still, it got we did manage to do, for one, we got managed to get a new party member in, and now we actually have a name for our group that is going to start spreading.
And just as great as the name is, I forgot what it was already.
The Returners.
The Returners. I'm sorry. I don't have
It's a fun session.
names. I forget NPC names if I don't write them down. So it's going to be great having to remember this if I don't write it down. But Zero, how was your first session?
Quite the interesting learning curve so far. I know I have a lot more to learn, but so far it's been very fun.
And with your learning, I also picked up a few things too. I'll definitely be keeping this in mind for future sessions, because, yeah, like I said, I'm still learning quite a bit about Roll20. I'm just happy that now I can finally keep know a way to keep track of my HP and my AP in Roll20 without having to constantly go back and check my character sheet.
Indeed. And another one last thing. For all you people that decided that this is an interesting and fun thing to watch.
First of all, you're crazy, but thank you.
Yeah. I know a few people watch.
Aw, thank you.
I love proving people wrong all the time.
I know a few people watch these streams. I may one day decide if, like, someone has to drop out, I may decide that, hey, random person that's been watching this a while, you can join, sure, frick it.
Well,
So if you want to do that...
Well, I can already tell you that Cap and Carl from the Thursday game seem to be regular watchers of this, so I guess it's all up to whether or not they want to roll a character for this game as well as the Thursday one.
It all depends. I honestly don't care. if you do or don't, because I have plenty of people that seem to evidently like showing up and playing this. I don't know why I'm a shit GM, but they like it, so
So,
You're doing a great job.
Cap, Carl, if you guys are still watching, what do you say? Would you guys be interested in joining up in this session?
Not next session. I have
Yeah,
not
no-
played.
not-
You're looking for the word campaign.
Sorry. Yeah, this campaign.
I don't know what they're saying because I'm not looking at the stream.
Cap's
I usually
latest
watch them afterwards.
Cap's saying possible in the future. He's kind of has a lot on his plate at the moment, working on some expansions.
He's also DMing his own game, so.
Yep, he's the crazy GM who has to deal with the antics of my bat pony and her future husband, the fire-prone unicorn.
I really need to get watching that because I have no clue what's going on anymore. Don't spoil anything.
You knew it was going on before? Shock.
That's fair.
Carl's saying he might need some time to bash out a character, followed by the phrase "burn everything." And Cap.
Oh no, I'm already afraid.
And Cap, crazy, please. I'm medically insane at the least.
Nice. But I will some other time in chat, and we will actually talk in the voice of talking next time we have a session. So, everyone, have a good night. Don't go and do anything I would probably do, which would mean start a campaign that you're underprepared to do. But still, have a good night.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and for Carl, Captain, and anyone else who joined in watching, thank you so much. I hope you all had a good time, and until next time, well, next time we've got some rad scorpions to deal with. Until then, take care.